Good guys, your mate Aries Tao here. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Lunar New Year break. I received the V1Pro a couple of days ago. It was impressive. It has been a couple of years ever since I made a video about V1. This video will focus on the upgrade part about V1Pro comparing with V1 so that it will help you guys to choose which one to go. To me personally, I feel the most significant upgrade is the extra small flash. It's called SU1. To me, it's huge because that means there are two light sources come with this V1Pro, and you can do so much about it. This little flash will act as a straight-on camera flash. So V1Pro can be bounced from all directions. It can be bounced from the ceiling, can be bounced from the wall, on the side, and it can be also bounced from the floor, from the bottom. So all of a sudden, you have two light sources. You can have a harsh on-camera flash with this SU1, and you can have a diffused, softer light source with this round head, coming from different directions. To activate the sub-flash, simply raise the head to 45 degrees or higher. Typical scenario 1, you can bounce off the main flash of the wall behind you as a few lights. The small flash acts as a straight-on flash to control the highlights, which defines her bone structure. How much softer fill lights to mix with how much harsh key lights? That's your call. An indication I use is I start with the same ratio, that is half power with the main flash bounce off the wall and half power straight-on flash over the subject, and I will fine-tune it from there. And then I'm going to use umbrella. Sometimes people are struggling to find a wall to bounce off, especially with outdoors. In that case, you can use umbrella. So here's a little switch between manual and TTL. A lot of times I shoot manual, but in the train, the lighting is rapidly change. Sometimes we go into the tunnel, sometimes it's outdoors, sometimes the sun kisses in. I just use the TTL. The TTL is pretty accurate. I'm pretty much at the TTL 0. I find it works perfect as a few lights. Then I just use the SU1, the little square flash, to bring out her skin texture, especially in the highlights areas. That makes her bone structure look more 3D in a sense. In summary, I use little button to switch to TTL for the fill lights. I use the front light to bring out the skin texture. Even with two lights, I only worry about SU1 output from time to time, and I leave the round head at the TTL all the time. Here's another scenario. I'm going to use the round heads to bounce off the wall to mimic window light source. Now, I don't want a big window light source. I want a relevantly smaller window light source, almost like from Vermeer's painting, So I use the grid to restrict light beam to mimic a smaller window. And SU1 acts like a fill light for the shadow area. Besides bouncing off the wall, you can also bounce off the ceiling. The round head will mimic a large soft, skylights coming over her, but that will also create some shadows under her eye sockets or neck areas. We typically call that a panda look. Here's where the little square flash comes handy, that fills in the shadow area. So you have a combination of skylights and fill light. Comparing with V1, a key improvement with V1 Pro is that even with more than 30, 40, 50 shots, the flash doesn't slow down with the recycling times. I was using the round head bouncing the ceiling with full power and the sub with half power as a free flash. So I can continue my photo shoots with a stable recycling time rather than comparing with V1. The flash slows down after 30 shots with full power. V1 Pro can go up to 100 flashes without noticeable slowing down. So if you do continuously shoot with half power or full power all the time, V1 Pro will definitely worth the upgrade. You can also bounce off the bottom. And lastly, I find this beautiful corner at this coffee shop. Unfortunately, because we have to shoot after hour, there's no more sun there. So I use AD1200 with BFP to create a pocket of sun that shines over Jennifer. And I just use the round head only this time to fill in the shadow details with her dress and everything. Another upgrade is charging the battery. Besides using VC26 USB charger, now you can charge the battery directly with the Type-C cable. In conclusion, here's a couple of improvements of V1 Pro compared with V1. Number one would be you can have two light setup in one flash. Not saying you need two light setup all the time, but every so often, if you need to create this multiple light source look, this comes really handy. Number two would be V1 Pro can continuously flash over 100 times with full power without slowing down much, comparing with V1 at about 30 flashes. And then for me personally, I find the switch between TTL and the manual comes really handy when the light shifts rapidly. And lastly, no more chargers for me because the battery can be charged with a USB Type-C cable. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is your mate Aries Tao. I will see you in the next video.